So President Cyril Ramaphosa has moved the country to level 2 lockdown, and this is from Tuesday morning. So some businesses say that it's not enough and they won't be reopening. So I'm going to be speaking to Sibani Mngadi from Diageo South Africa about some of those decisions that have been made by the president. Sibani, many thanks for your time this morning. Let's perhaps start with your thoughts on the alcohol ban that's been lifted from Tuesday morning.
Yes, we really appreciate the decision of the president and decision of government. It's been a very difficult period for the industry, and we appreciate the difficult situation that government was in terms of balancing the health response that was needed in terms of reducing infections, as well as making sure that the health system is able to respond accordingly. We are glad that at least after realizing that indeed our health care system is responding adequately, we have been able to consider the livelihood. The industry itself employs or supports more than 1 million jobs. And in that regard, we are happy that at least we have an opportunity to save most of those jobs. With the first lockdown, we lost about 120,000 of those, and we are still calculating in terms of what we have lost over the past month of not trading. But we are really, really grateful for the opportunity to be able to trade it.
Some taverns are saying that they won't be opening because of the curfew that's still in place. Your thoughts on that and really the engagements with government to make sure that businesses are able to get the most out of the lifting of this ban?
Yes, the reality is that we are not out of the wood yet. Yes, infections are slowing down. Yes, the hospitals are responding. But certainly we need to take into consideration the effect that is still there in terms of the COVID outbreak. And in our view, I think the consideration of allowing for trade, at least for the 4 days, 9 to 5, or in terms of takeaways or box stores, we think that is reasonable, and we are grateful that at least there's been consideration, especially where people are able to purchase food, and those food outlets have been allowed to trade, because it's quite a substantial part of their business, the sale of alcohol, and for them to trade without serving alcoholic drinks was undermining their businesses. And of course, I think in terms of minimizing the pressure on the system, probably the curfew is still something that will still need to be there, and it has been extended to 10 p.m. I think from where we sit, we think that it is a reasonable balance between saving the livelihood in terms of jobs in the retail sector, restaurants and tavern space, while balancing also the need to minimize possibility of infections as well as the potential pressure on the health system.
Yeah. One of the arguments that's been made over the last few months when it comes to alcohol is the fact that South Africa doesn't have a population that drinks responsibly. So what engagements are you having with government or other stakeholders to encourage a change of culture when it comes to drinking in South Africa?
Yes, we are in discussion with government, particularly Department of Trade and Industry. We have also met with the Minister of Health last week. Our commitment as an industry is to come up with programs that are able to target specific areas where we think that there are quite effect of problematic drinking in terms of health response. So we will be coming up with initiatives around particularly drinking and driving, where we are intending to support government in ability to process cases, particularly on the testing and getting results on blood samples. Secondly, we are looking at the best options on minimizing opportunity for people below the age of 18, that is underage drinking, for those people to be prohibited in terms of accessing alcohol. The area which also concerns us is potential link between alcohol abuse and gender-based violence. We have a campaign there that's already running. It's called the No Excuse campaign, where we give people an opportunity to call a number where they are able to access various services, be it counseling or link to the local police station or any other service that can enable that person to be protected from potential abuse or be able to respond accordingly. So our intention is to discuss further with government on what best we can do to contribute as an industry to minimize the harmful effect of alcohol abuse on society.
Many thanks there to Sibani Mngadi from Diageo, South Africa.